You see them on your phone every day, right? Those little symbols, 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi. But here's a question. Are you actually using the best one for what you're doing? Well, we're about to figure that out.
Okay, let's just cut to the chase. 4G, 5G, or Wi-Fi? Which one is actually better? Now, you probably think you have an answer ready to go. But the truth, well, it's a little more complicated and honestly, a lot more interesting. It really all comes down to what you're doing, like right now.
I mean, we've all seen the ads, right? The big push telling us 5G is always the fastest. And yeah, that sounds great, but honestly, that's where all the confusion comes from. Because that statement, it's only true sometimes. So today, we're going to break down exactly when it's true and more importantly, why. All right, so before we can crown a champion in this tech showdown, we've got to get to know the players. Let's do a quick intro for our three main contenders. First up, you've got the old reliable, the workhorse 4G. This is the fourth generation mobile network. It's that steady connection you use pretty much every single day for, everything from streaming your favorite playlist to using navigation. It's your dependable daily driver for sure. And then we have the flashy newcomer, the one with all the hype, 5G. Being the fifth generation, it comes with some pretty huge promises. We're talking lightning fast speeds and practically zero lag. This is the stuff that's supposed to power the future. But guess what? It's already here. And last but not least, good old Wi-Fi. Now, here's the really important thing to remember. Wi-Fi is a totally different animal. It doesn't come from a cell tower like the other two. You can think of 4G and 5G as like the public internet superhighways. Wi-Fi, that's your private driveway, connected straight to the broadband line in your house or office. Okay, introductions are over. We know who's who, so it's time for the main event. We're putting these three head-to-head in the ultimate tech showdown, and we're going to judge them on the three things that really matter: speed, latency, and of course, coverage. Let's kick things off with the one everyone talks about, speed. As you can see, 5G has this absolutely massive potential. I mean, it can hit over a gigabit per second, which is just wild. But take a closer look at Wi-Fi. If you have a really good home connection, it can easily smoke 4G and honestly give 5G a serious run for its money in a lot of day-to-day situations. All right, next on the list is something called latency. Now, in simple terms, this is just response time. It's that tiny delay between when you click a button in a game and when the server actually registers it. And trust me, for anything that happens in real time, think competitive gaming or even just a video call, a lower number here is absolutely everything. And this is where 5G just blows the competition away. Just look at that tiny little bar. We are talking about near instantaneous response times. It can get as low as a single millisecond. For anyone who's a serious gamer, or when you think about future tech like self-driving cars, yeah, this is a total game changer. But hey, what good is all that speed and responsiveness if you can't even get a signal, right? And that brings us to our final category, coverage. And this is where the whole story kind of flips on its head. 4G is the undisputed king here. It's just so reliable, and it works almost everywhere. 5G, well, it's still growing, and that signal can disappear the second you walk indoors. And Wi-Fi, of course, is your home base. It only goes as far as your router. Okay, so we've looked at all the technical stuff. Now let's get practical. How does all of this actually apply to your daily life? Because at the end of the day, it's not about which one is best in general. It's about which one is best for what you're trying to do right this second, right? So let's start with a big one, online gaming. You need speed, yeah? But what you really need is that lightning fast response time, that low latency, to get a real competitive edge. So what's the right move here? Well, if you're at home, a stable Wi-Fi connection is still going to be your best and most reliable bet for a smooth, lag-free game. But if you're out and about, trying to game on the go, 5G is the undisputed champion, all thanks to that crazy low latency we were just talking about. Okay, next scenario. You're out and about, maybe you're traveling, trying to find a coffee shop in a city you don't know, or you're just streaming a podcast while you're on a walk. You just need a connection that works, period. What's your go-to? This one's easy. The answer is 4G, hands down. Its biggest strength is its massive, super reliable coverage. Sure, 5G might be faster if you're standing on the right street corner in a big city, but 4G is the network that's going to have your back in the most places, most of the time. All right, final situation. Picture this. You're at your desk. You've got a huge video conference call coming up, and you absolutely, positively cannot have your connection drop mid-sentence. What's the safest bet? Oh, it's gotta be Wi-Fi. Hands down. It was literally designed for this exact kind of situation. You get that stable speed and a rock-solid connection, so you don't have to worry about freezing up right in the middle of a crucial presentation. Okay, before we get to the final verdict, we need to have a little reality check about 5G. The hype around it is massive, but there are a few practical, real-world truths that those slick commercials kind of forget to mention. So, truth number 1, 5G is a total battery hog. It'll drain your phone much faster. Second, those mind-blowing speeds, they completely depend on you having a perfect signal, which can literally disappear the moment you walk through a door. Third, a really fast Wi-Fi plan at home can still beat 5G. And finally, its main advantage, its real superpower, is that ultra-low latency. All right, we have covered a ton of ground here. So let's boil this all down to a final, super simple verdict. Something you could actually remember and use every single day. So here it is, the final takeaway. If you're looking for the best internet at home, you want Wi-Fi, period. If you need the best internet pretty much everywhere you go, you're going to rely on 4G. But if what you want are the absolute fastest speeds and that crazy low latency, that's when 5G gets its moment to shine. So the next time you look down at your phone and see that little symbol in the corner, just ask yourself, am I actually using the right connection for the right job? Because now you know exactly how to make sure your internet is living up to its full potential. Thanks for